Hi guys, it's me, just Limping again, and in this video, I shall be covering the bonus story at the end of the Elfen Omnibus Volume number 2. And I gotta say, it was actually pretty good, very heartfelt, very long, and kind of personal to me too. I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit. And yes, there's only one bonus story in this one, whereas in the first Omnibus series, there's only one. There were 3 different stories to it, all different and not connected whatsoever. So this actually just more looks like a girl who wants to strive to perfection in her music career, but she does so in the she wants to make her mother happy, because I think her mother is an expert pianist, someone who plays the piano, and her father is very much a conductor. So music is pretty much in her blood. Pretty much the only way she could be in different ways if her parents were teachers or something like her father. But anyway, she tries desperately to make her mother happy by being the best pianist ever born, and she does so with gusto, and she practices every single day, every single night. The drill, kind of like a black swan, if you will, that she practices all the time, to the point that she freaks out and she gets weird and overly confident and stuff, all to impress her mother, which doesn't really do that much as far as encouragement goes. She does a nice job and all this stuff. She's like you missed this note, or you missed this quarter note you got off beat at this point in the song, or the musical piece, which is not right, especially for, I think she says she's 10 years older, something around that tender age now, where perfection is not expected. It's welcome, but it's not expected. And the mother is a very big perfectionist, and she pushes her daughter to be the absolute peak of competition and peak goodness, if you will. But I don't see it as a standard treat of people. Okay, this girl is very clearly an American, as you see later on, because I saved a special picture for you on that. And much later on, she falls in love with a Japanese boy named Akira. I don't know if his last name is given, but her full name is Sarah Wyoming. How much more American can you possibly get than that? It'd be like naming a girl really Hannah Montana. So anyway, the girl is told by her mother to practice day and night and all that stuff for years to come. But the funny is that when she does so, this is not only a treat of American parents, but it's also a very important feature in East Asian parents and children in general. Not just Japanese, Chinese, but I'm sure that Koreans push their kids to strive at like an instrument whether it be a classical instrument like piano or like more modern like drums or something like that. The violin, perhaps. I don't know why they always push the kids to do this. If you ask me, I think it's a stereotype, but more like a stereotype with more basis in reality. Because I know a lot of people that do that. The kids that make them that force them into liking music, and like your parents were into music. Your great grandfather was a pianist or conductor or something or other. Something to do with heavy music. So it's kind of unfair to put such pressure on kids at young ages. In fact, when I went to Albany a couple years ago, before Planet Fitness, there was, I guess, a Chinese mother that was interested in buying a kid a piano. And the people over there were so desperate to make us sell to meet. The woman and me myself and I, is that the guy pretty much swamped me to make us sell for a piano. Even though with these hands, I really can't do that with a piano. So anyway, even Kiko from my college in New Paltz was into the piano or some other instrument, and she was I never saw her play, but I'm gonna assume she was really good because they had like a concert and she was the main attraction to that. So yeah, it's very ingrained in Japanese and Korean and Chinese culture to have the kids be disciplined enough to handle a piano or a harpsichord or say a violin or something like that and above. So anyway, they had this girl being poked at by her mother to become the best pianist in the world. In the world, why you make it they get the galaxy for? While you're at it, why you put no pressure on the kid to be the best, sir, with honors. So you still just a lot of pressure put on this kid, and we all know those people who like to push their kids to be the best, even if they don't even enjoy the equipment that they're treating under, all because of the parents wanting skill for themselves, they couldn't get it, or for kids to reach fame and fortune that they could never get for themselves either. So anyway, then go to a Chopin world competition. Now Chopin is a very hard guy to play as. And he's a very complex play as. But when I was reading the manga, it was very strange that I kept thinking of that Tom and Jerry piano medley where we did the antics while Tom was playing the piano, classical grand piano, and then Jerry kept mugging it up from kind of unfairly too. But that's what I kept thinking. Yeah, that way. And then Bugs Bunny did something similar to that effect with a mouse too, no less. So anyway, they had they had the girl doing that. And last week there was a problem with location in there, because in one instance they referred to Poland, and in the other instance I thought on the first reading they referred to Vienna. Vienna is not in Poland. Vienna I think is in Austria or Hungary. One of two countries, but that's definitely not in Poland, which I know is a big classical music type thing anyway. I don't understand why Asian people are obsessed with classical music anyway. But whatever. So she meets this other guy there who's much better than she is playing piano. I can't believe that. He does it even though he can't read music. And I originally thought that this guy was autistic savant or something, that he can't read. He doesn't even need to read music like Beethoven. He was so good that he could do it. He can write music even though the man was deaf in both ears. But no, I don't think the author was going in that direction. With a cocky little punk ass kid that didn't even like music to begin with, and was just showing her up on every account because he knew that he was better than her, and he just enjoyed playing the music. He didn't even know how to read it or anything. And he just enjoyed it, being the star there to show it and all that. But he also makes a really weird face when he's talking to her. A really intense face, like almost like a red face. And the best way to describe it without showing the picture of it is, has anyone ever saw Maze in the Megaverse? A long time ago, the main anime. Anyway, this guy was a real poon hound. So he was like always interested in getting some action. So he always had like a really intense like face, like I'm gonna get it from you, whether you like it or not. That type of thing. So this guy has like a weird face about him. Meanwhile, the girl like, oh no, this guy got me. He doesn't even like it. He doesn't even have a passion for it, like I forced myself to have. So, the girl ends up losing the competition, and he ends up winning, and he lives over it all the time. Being a cocky little son of a bitch that I do. I'm gonna quit playing piano. I'm gonna go violin. He goes, why? I want to practice and we can be a good violin duo. I'll be the best on violin, and you be the best in piano, and we can play with each other. Later on, it's more with the one, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, they show that, and then to show that there's no hard feeling, then at the bonding moment, she has the guy lay down and he sits on her lap, and she gives him a little souvenir music box, so that when they part ways, he'll always remember her, which is really touching. I wish somebody would give me a box of candy. But the end was really memorable, and she changed her attitude and she wanted to become a great violinist just so that she can spend time with him and do stuff with him and all that, which is really, really tender and sweet. I wish somebody would do that for me, but the thing is that what I know is, I know that there's like similar skills involved with piano and violin. Have a good ear for music, and you gotta be skilled at your fingers and all that. But really, realistically, how easy is it to go from a piano to a violin or any string instrument for that matter? especially with the mother, egging on to go in one direction, but you want to go in the other direction because of your heart. That's a real good question, but something like 8 years later, there's no word between two of them except for one letter, and she starts to get worried about him. So she goes over there and unannounced to to his house in Japan. I wish I could go to Japan, but she's changed quite a bit. Got more confident in her love, in her sense of wanting to be with this guy, as well as her let me show you. I remember there was a Sonic joke view on YouTube, and one of them has like they had Amy, they had Rouge, they had Badger next to the odd badge in assuming Mad Jim or something. So they came to Princess Solid Acorn because she was drawn up in American style. They were saying that we have an American here. For a reason that I will show in a moment. Which she actually bumps into this guy, the stereotypical nerd. And the gates consider him like a Japanese nerd because they have him obviously Japanese and then like Akira. But he looks like what's his name, Captain, when you have the show, it might have been Inuyasha, anyway, it's a typical god for a 14 or 15-year-old schoolboy who is very obsessed with getting into good college, getting grades, and all of that. But she doesn't recognize him for who he is because he got big glasses on. Kind of like the Superman quandary about him dressing up like a news reporter versus him just being Superman, without the glasses. And that's actually real funny, but there was that Lin Okamoto from that's not right, the guy that made this manga always draws his female characters like this, especially Lucy from Out of Lead. But let's see if we can get this. In the same angle too. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an American. He drew her just like that for Lucy too. I'm like, goddamn, I don't think you want to show that she's an American person, but did you really have to make them so big that they would give my Shiranui make her blush? She's a Christ that's so big that they can use for weapons, in any video game. sense. Yes, they do bring them to the side later on. So anyway, she's confident she's going to the house and stuff. Going to talk to the guy. And I'm trying to get another picture of the guy's face. And the common thing, I know the common thing is obscure shots in comic strip, which I find quite obnoxious. But anyway, she goes to see him and he wants to pretend that she doesn't exist, that the memory that they had of playing against each other, and then the vow that she made that she would play a duet with him. He doesn't want to acknowledge that. So, thing of it is that, turns out that he was in an accident where he was unable to turn his hands. This is the way it should go. This is the way it's permanently, so it's always upright. And you have to be able to turn your hand like this to play piano visually. But it's left hand was always upright like this, so you can turn around. I have never seen or heard of any type of accident where that happened. It's a permanent disfigurement. Sorry. In any case, because of that accident, he wants to pretend that they never met or anything. Which kind of harkens back to the whole Teen Titans, Terra, and Beast Boy that happened in the one seasons. Now that's kind of funny because it's implied that it's a different person than Terra that we know of from the show. But a slight Deathstroke thing makes it clear that it's the Centera girl, and she didn't die, and that he just wants to forget about it and move on with her life. She wants to forget about the superpowers and the terraformation she can do, and just move on with her life as a normal school girl. And I think Japan too. So that's okay for her. Much like this guy wanted to do it too. Now also I should point out, besides the gigantic weapons of mass deletion she's got, there's also a height difference too, in that Kira is your average boy of say like say 5'3" or so at his age, where she's much taller than he is. So there's some else too. Although I would imagine that all the Japanese and Chinese and Korean men that I know all taller than I am, and that's why I'm standing up. I'm a 5'6" whenever I do that stuff, 5'7" or above. Which I wouldn't consider short whatsoever. I would consider that above average or above average. Even Tom Cruise, they always make fun of how short he is. I don't think he means short whatsoever. So anyway, then they have we're talking about this guy, because he's crippled from the accident. There's no possible way for him to play piano, so just run along the road, run along and play. That actually does something that kind of remind me a little bit. Because, people say, why don't you come out and play with us? Why don't you come out and do stuff with us? Oh no, I can't do that. I'm in a wheelchair, I can't do that. On certain things. So then they say, come on Joe, come on and play. But I want to come out and play. I can't. Like, for example, when they're going outside into the arena at snow or something, I can't do that. I literally can't do that. So then the girl dragged this guy over to like a competition stuff. Global competition with you got like high like America talent type people in there, judges and thousands of people watching it, millions on TV and all that. So she's like, okay, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna lie down on my lap, and you're gonna play on the keyboard upside down, so that your left hand will be functional, because that's the only thing his left hand is functional, but you just can't turn it around like this. So that's a good giggity moment right there, because she's blushing and she obviously likes that he still remembers her with the music box and all that. I wish a girl would push me out of my comfort zone and have me enjoy her company like that, and vice versa. But anyway, I like the way she doesn't acknowledge that he's got a disability now, and he just does it because he wants to enjoy his company, and because he wants to enjoy doing stuff with him again. And this is funny because there's that romantic aspect that I just said, and then there's also the aspect that I busted my ass for you. I learned at the professional skill level, a whole new instrument. So I'm gonna get you to do this, whether you want it or not. Because I worked hard, damn it. I'm gonna make sure you work hard too. That's the other way I put it. But anyway. First, I want to draw your attention to the very creepy, almost sadistic faces put on here. Looking at these pieces there. That's kind of, I'm gonna get some action right there. Now, remember how I said that she had big bazookas on her chest? Well, they also bring that boy up too, in the most Japanese way possible. I'm sure you probably wouldn't get anything from this from a homegrown Japanese girl. I don't know if you can see in the corner there. But he's laying down there. He's actually afraid that because her breasts are so big that they obscure his view of everything, they're eventually gonna pop out and crush him. And yeah, here's the going. What he says is, I feel like something's gonna burst out and devour my face. Okay, that's the wrong attitude right there. Okay, you see a girl that likes you and wants to spend time with you, and you wants to have a good time doing an activity that you both enjoy, or you think you enjoy. And you're obviously laying down on the lap. That's like the prime target right there. That's like the prime real estate right there, laying on the lap. You know, can get much more sexual without being, without having nudity involved in this. And I doubt they're gonna do anything. I'm going to teach that in front of all those important professional people. So that's like the best possible giggity moment where ever having any type of sexual misconduct. And she's enjoying it because she's like, I'm with my guys that I enjoy spending time with, doing stuff with, and it like jogged his memory enough that he is enjoying it too. And she's obviously enjoying his cocky little smug laugh there. Although I don't know what happened to his glasses. They show that the guy obviously needs glasses, I guess, from the car accident or something. So what gives? Why do you need? Why do you have glasses in some portion and some that you don't? Unless you truly are like Superman, like before when you're using for the guys when it used to look dorky and nerdy and stuff. Like for what I need my glasses on too. And see, to long distance. Whenever I read something like a manga or a book, like the Communist Manifesto or something thereabouts, I don't need my glasses. But for long distance, I would need it. Looking at somebody, all white people look the same. And it's funny. I got my eyes from my mother in more ways than one in that regard. So yeah, this is kind of interesting. You need glasses. Some cases, honestly, they're cool enough to be with his girl. His good girl. I don't care if I find a girlfriend on miracle chance. She should accept me for who I am, without my claw tint glasses. And I could like to meet a girl with glasses on, because I think glasses make a girl look prettier. It frames the face a little better. But that's only my own personal choice. Anyway, they rocked the concert of this. They kicked everybody's butt otherwise, and everybody gave them all a standing ovation. Even the mother said, that was a nice performance, etc. And before you start wondering, no, the mother isn't built like a Cadillac. No, she's not stacked. So I don't know where Sarah got it from. Unless the father was a little chubby pusher, a pudgy pilot. So yeah, they rocked on. They ran become the best duet people in the world, violin and piano. Not mentioning that they had lots of baby children together. And I'm sure they knew that after all classical composers like Liszt, Chopin. My old music teacher used to say it's not Chopin Liszt. Beethoven, Mozart, etc., etc., etc. And yeah, that was a pretty good. That's a pretty good little story. Very good, very artistic. And they even showed the Japanese mother being slim and all that compared to the Western American mother, which is like more curvaceous. I don't know why, but for some reason, Mr. Okamoto has a little bit of an obsession with that. I don't know, maybe he thinks that men won't go to cover the women Angelina Jolie or Dolly Parton. But I know for a fact that we have our own petite American women here. But besides the point, I definitely enjoyed that story because it does sound a little bit like what happened with me, a little more or less. And I would like to have a girlfriend that pushes me out of my comfort zone and gets me out of my wheelchair and just generally fun with me, regardless of anything. Or vice versa. I can get her out of her comfort zone, have her wheelchair, or whatever situation or living space that she's in. But they end up having a good time together, and that's important here. And that they have they make beautiful music together in their violin and their piano thoughts. So yeah, unfortunately, the story there's no name for it. It's totally special. And I would like to believe that it occurs concurrently with the other bonus stories, along with the rest of Elfen Lied. Although it'd be funny if in the middle of performance see the other people from the other bonus stories and or even the main Elfen Lied story in the concert audience on TV or something, or like part of an evaluation from the Dread Lucy and Mariko and Nana. Let's see here. We also have the famous they also have the thing from the author of the book and to where I'm no stuff on it. They also have stuff that in the book that people probably wouldn't know about, like mitochondrial Eve, the Big Dipper, the submerged in Japanese, the word deer versus idiot. That's the kind of like cultural thing. And then over here, on the last written page, let me get it here. In here, stop with the guy from the first two stories in a dress with a little puppy. and for cute, especially because now we know what the significance of a baby dog is in this story. And they also have a little puppy in the alone in the dark. I like the more innocence and purity. Yeah, I enjoyed that story. And I would like to say thank you for watching my video on the bonus story attached to the lead Volume 2 Omnibus Volume 2. It was a very fun little read. And give it my happy piece to Pool because Kara kicks ass. Sarah kicks ass for her undying love for this poor creature. And that's something I want for myself, for this poor creature. And I just enjoy this piece, this idea of love, regardless of ability or disability, if you will. With brief one, we get Kato, that's the name. Need to get up here. Didn't know it's bothering me. Kota. Yeah, Kota. No, it began with a K. Kota. Yeah, if you like what you see here, you want to see more of my videos, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me for future information on my future videos or influence myself by calling me or texting me at 631-707-377. And if you'd like to reach me on my phone on Twitter at PAwesomepro, an extra Twitter. And if you want, you can get my email address at jkviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, as Mr. Akamoto, to make it a genius thing here, very good story, pictures and stuff. And I guess Miss Wyoming was very popular in college. But what's not type about him is that he's studying like mad to get into university in Japan. Whereas she is not so worried about that right now. But go to show you different than the priorities of education in Japanese culture, in that when they reach a certain age, it's very like in the show Golden Boy Kintaro. Yeah, that's what they got for his look. It looks like a Kintaro. Yeah, it looks like Kintaro. I hope that Kintaro uses glasses on though. But still, it shows that when they reach a certain age, they start worrying about with American high schools, unless you're like a senior, junior, or a freshman, freshman, sophomore, senior, or junior in high school. That's when you think of college the most, and even then you don't stay like 24 hours a day getting into good college. You do that a little bit at a time. Whereas the Japanese are very boom, 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 boom. And you have to be on top of everything. And if you get like a B plus on something, that's like devastating to your overall grades. Whereas, yeah, I get a B plus on something, I'm like, yeah, dude. My parents take me for ice cream and everything else nice too. Except for the bunnycomb, because the bunnycomb has instead of sprinkles there, they have the roach parts. I never had roaches on my ice cream, but I heard that they were infested with roaches at one point. And yeah, this stuff was like pretty good. It accidentally showed the audience, the difference between Japanese people and American people, especially in like Wyoming. I'm pretty sure that there's no such person with the last name of Wyoming or Wyoming. Anyway, peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in Internet land. Ta-ta!